Alright, I'm just going to start sanding with 120. I may end up having to back up a little bit, but we'll see. Once you go over it that way, now you just want to go back with a green, take out all your sanding marks. And this can take a while. So I'm going to sand at 220, and then I'm going to do my decorative stuff, and then I'll come back and sand the rest. But I'm just going to do it just like this. I'll use the lathe to do the sanding, the most sanding, and then I'll come back with a grain to knock out all my little sanding marks. And I'll be back once I get done with the 220. Alright, well, pretty much what I've done is I've got her sanded to 220, and I've drawn lines around this rim here. So I'll just draw lines through there. Now I'm just going to start working and just kind of doing just a random pattern between those two lines with my Dremel. Of course, it helps if you plug it up, I know. Alright, so I'm going to get my Dremel going. And I'm just going to start drawing random patterns. I'm just going to draw it between all these lines. Just some curly lines, you know, just whatever I feel like. And then I'm just going to start filling in. Just going to start filling in these areas. And just kind of see what it looks like at the end. I really don't know what it's going to look like. I just want something around that rim, you know, to make it look we'll just see what it looks like at the end. It may look like crap. But that'll be alright. Because it'll be my crap. Okay, I kind of like that. We'll see what it does at the end. I'm gonna mount this back on the lathe, and all I'm gonna do is just kind of cut a little groove. Kind of border it. I like. All right. Okay. Now I'm just gonna. I need to clean that off, and I've got this brass brush, and I'll just start hitting in here and clean out the fuzzies and stuff left from the Dremel. Okay. Come back and sand. Make sure I got the right sandpaper here. 220. I'm just going to sand it. Doing some work. I hope I didn't mess up too bad right there. Okay. And just keep looking for any fuzzies or anything that may be sticking out, and just clean those all out. And that's all I'm going to do. And I'll go all the way around, just cleaning out the fuzzies. But I'm just going to keep on doing this, and I'll be back. Once I finish cleaning this out, I'm going to go ahead and sand up through 400, or actually 600, I'm sorry. And then we'll come back and put some finish on this thing. Alright, well, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I almost forgot the whole reason for doing this video. These decorative marks around the edge, now that I've carved in, I'm going to go through and I'm going to paint them. But I'm going to do it with this turquoise color. And first of all, I'm just going to drip a little bit in here. And I'm going to mix in some pearl powder flakes. Get my brush out and just get a little bit of pearl to mix in with it. And I might have to put a little bit of water in there also. That'll add a little bit of sparkle to it. I won't need water, I don't think. And mix it up really good. And keep it on it, see if it's what you're wanting. I get these metal powders. I think I bought these at Hobby Lobby. It's called Pearl X. Several different places you can get them. Okay, there we go. Alright. Now, I'm just going to wipe off all the excess off the brush and just start brushing in here. Sorry, I had you pointed in the wrong direction. All I'm doing is I'm taking that pearl and I'm painting just the inside here and all my little grooves. Make sure I get it all in the grooves. And it's just turquoise paint, or like a teal type color. And I'm just going to go all the way around. And I got all these supplies I got at Hobby Lobby. Just go all the way around, just keep going. I want to be careful around this one though. Just doing the whole thing. Okay, well, this is all good and dry now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come back, and I believe I can start about 220. I'm just going to sand the top layer off. Very carefully. Very, very gently. I think that'll work. Just have to be super careful. It's getting there. It's really getting there. I'm starting to like that. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna keep on going. Alright, I'm just getting started with my first coat of finish, and I'm gonna put a coat of tung oil on. Just really liberally. Let it soak in real good. This will bring the colors out on this piece really nice, hopefully. It'll also show up any bad prep work. That way you can, well, pour it all in the floor. And a lot of people say put it on, you know, with the grain, and that's a good idea, but this first coat right here, it's not going to make any difference. And around my turquoise, or my paint up here at the top, I'm just going to do a real thin coat up there. That's water-based paint. So I'm not really looking to get the oil in that actual paint. I want to get it in the grooves and stuff around it though. Alright, and then I'm just gonna paint very lightly around this area. So there's really not that much turmoil getting into the grooves where the paint is. That might make it want to come off or something. I don't know, but alright, around the edge. And then I'm going to try to get it on the inside. Because I'm going to finish the inside the exact same way I'm doing the outside. My next coats will all be wax. They'll all be wax coats. Probably 2 or 3 coats. Alright, well, getting ready to start getting my finish on here. Just using the finishing paste wax, which I've had to take in the house and put in a bucket of warm water, or a pan of warm water, because it's cold out here today, and this stuff is very hard to get out when it's cold. So, but anyway, I'm going to start on the inside. Coat the inside real good. And get it all in there good. Wipe it around good. Now on this area here, I'm going to try to go a little kind of thin, because I don't want to just pack this wax down in on top of that paint and stuff. And then I'll just keep it going. Need to get it in that though. Just work it into all the little cracks and crevices and all of that. Well, shoot, here I am all up in the way. Let me move you over here so you can kind of see what's going on. Sorry about that. Alright, just a good coat of wax. First coat. Wiping it on just like waxing a car. Make sure you can see what's going on here. Alright. Now, I'll have to wait a few minutes, let that kind of cure up a little bit, and then I'll be back. And all I'm going to do is take off the excess, and I'll probably do that probably 2 or 3 times, probably 3 times, and I'll see you in a few. Alright, just going to take a clean paper towel and start kind of buffing off the excess. Just kind of knocking off the excess right now. Really trying to buff it so much, it's just getting off the excess I'll just start applying more coat over here, so you can kind of see what's happening here. I'm having a hard time getting this thing where I want it. Just gonna kind of rub it around a little bit, just giggles. Now we'll let this one cure, and I'll just continue this on until I get all the coats that I want. And I'll see you when I get ready to take the tenon off. Okay, well, talk about mounting the vase to take the tenon off. Well, this is a good simple way of doing it. All I did is just take a scrap piece of wood, and I chucked it up, made sure it was true, cut the end of it concave, and left a little shoulder here. Now, I always like using this cabinet liner, and that's what I'm going to use on the inside. And the way I'm going to attach it is I'm just going to use some hot glue. Just glue it down. Just glue it down. And I just hit the corners. It's not that important. I'm just trying to keep it from flopping around inside the vase. And this will. Alright, and I'll let that cool for just a minute, and my little jam chuck will be ready to go. That's cooled off good enough. It'll hold now, so I'm going to start getting my thing on here. Whenever you cut a tenon, always make sure you leave that center right there. Make sure you leave your little center point there. And we're going to move the tailstock into that center point and lock it down. Okay, now let's see how she turns. Perfect. Alright, let me see. You should be able to see from there. Just going to start working on this tenon. Okay. Now I normally use a spindle gouge to take these tenons off, and that's what I'm going to try to do now. It should, yeah, it's good and sharp. All right, I'm just going to start taking away. Now this is all friction drive. That cabinet liner serves two purposes. It grips the bottom, but it also protects the bottom. And with the if this thing ever spins, you just messed up the finish on the bottom. So don't get overly aggressive while you're taking this tenon off. Take it off. I'm also going to check the bottom as I go. All I'm really looking for is for the bottom to be concave. I'm not going all the way through. done that before on the economy bowl. I'm just going to nibble away. Taking this thing. Once I start getting really small, yeah, that bottom's looking good. That's when I switch to my skew, and I'll just come in. I have to reset my. I'm just using the skew as like a scraper. And I'll come in until I match this profile. I keep parallel with the bottom right here, just like that. And I'll just come straight in and I'll go as far as it'll go, just to make this smaller and smaller and smaller. I'll just start sanding, and I'll take the rest of that off of the skew, just like this. And then go ahead and get my sanding done. Wow, that looks really nice right there. Alright, well I'm going to sand up the bottom, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Now just put this out. Alright, that's about as far as I dare go. I'm about ready to throw it out of there, so I'm going to back this up, pull this off, and the bottom looks great. Okay, now this little nub here, just snap it off. Okay, I've got that little button to sand, but that's it. If this is end grain, like a spindle turn, you don't want to do that, because you can tear the fibers up inside your piece. Now all I have to do is just hit it with some sandpaper, and that'll have this thing ready to go. I will be back in a few minutes to show you the end. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna finish this just like the outside. So I'm gonna put tung oil, and then I'm gonna put wax on it. All right. All right. So here we are at the end of another project, and wow, I really enjoyed this one. You know, it's actually a fairly simple project. It's basically bowl turning. It's what it is. If you can turn a bowl, you can turn this. It's got a little bit of a hollow undercut up under here, which you know, can be tricky. Be careful there with getting catches and things like that. But this little inlay around through here. It looks just like turquoise, and all I did was I carved this out, you know, just random pattern, ever how I wanted to do it, and then I went back and painted it, and then I came back and re-scraped it and sanded it, and put finish over it. So and that's what it turns out looking like, and it looks pretty good. You can also do this with inlay, with epoxy, or like the crushed stone and stuff like that with CA or whatever. And anyway, just kind of experiment. You may enjoy what you come up with. My my wood burning's getting better. I actually got my name signed this time instead of all messed up. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that project. Go by Larry's Tiny Trailer Workshop and watch his new video. He made a bottle, and it's really pretty cool. Larry, you keep it up, buddy. Good to see you again. We'll talk to y'all later. We'll see all y'all down the road.